Good day and welcome. I am Lesroy Williams, Director General of the St. Kitts and Nevis Information Service. I am joined by Captain Nigel Williams, who is the Chairman of the Planning Committee for the drill competition, which is part of the calendar of activities for Independence 36. I am also joined by Mr. Royd Phipps, who is a member of the Planning Committee for the drill competition. Gentlemen, welcome.
Pleasant good morning. It's a pleasure to be here and to update you about the competition. As I know you all are looking forward to it. It's an annual event and it's one of the masterpieces of the independence celebrations.
Okay, now Mr. Williams, you are the chairman of the committee for the drill competition. It is an annual event, and could you tell us what are some of the features of this drill competition?
Well, the drill competition, outside of the competition, we normally have the Royal St. Christopher Nevis Police Force Band performing. They do two displays which people look forward to, and of course the competition itself, which in this year we should be having about 8 different teams participating, 2 persons per team. And I'm sorry, we have an extra one I forgot, is we are going to have 9 teams this year, because the Royal St. Christopher and Nevis Police Force that normally have 2 teams, they will have 3 teams this year. So we will be having 3 teams from the Royal St. Christopher and Nevis Police Force, 1 team from the St. Kitts Nevis Defence Force B Company, 1 team from the St. Kitts Nevis Defence Force Band, 1 team from Her Majesty's Prison, 1 team from St. Kitts Air and Seaport Authority, 1 team from the Fire and Rescue, and 1 team from, I'm missing one, Roy?
I
think I called all. I did say the police have 3, yes, and 9, but it's 9 teams in all. And of course, the competition is in 2 parts. There is the team competition, and of course, there is the individual competition, which really is the main item of the competition. Most people go look forward to the teamwork, but the real thing is to find the best drill artists in the Federation of St. Kitts and Nevis.
Okay, how long has the drill competition been going?
The drill competition has been going since 2013, and we've been having it every year. Sometimes we have a little setback, we might have to put it back a week or something like that, but every year since we started in 2013, in the first 2 years, the winners came from the customs. I think I didn't mention customs. I know something was missing. Yeah, they won the first 2 years. The year after, we had the individual competition was won by the Defence Force Band, while the police took the team competition, and the police has been really dominating ever since.
Now the competition is held on the Bay Road. Why did you choose that venue?
There's a reason. The reason is that as you know, that area is one of the broadest roads we have in the Federation, and because it's on concrete, the men are able to drill properly, whereas in the grass sometimes, if they was to do it like say in the park, the turns would not be as, they wouldn't be able to glide on the grass as they can on the concrete. And of course, it's an area where on Fridays especially, where there's a big audience, so many people in town, so it gives everybody an opportunity to see drills at its very best.
Okay, so it is also a very busy time. It's a time when people are doing a lot of their shopping, and it's a time when you have a lot of traffic congestion as well in the city.
Yes.
And traffic has to be diverted to other areas and so on, because of the drill competition?
Yes, first of all, to thank the traffic department. They have always cooperated, and for some reason they are able to really get it. And the general public, of course, because they recognize, they love the competition, and they do make adjustments. And we too, as the organizers, we try to keep the traffic as much as possible in an area where they can still flow, so that we don't cut it off for the entire day. And even during the competition, we try to use some of Port Zante area that they can still get around, and so we don't totally close down Bastille.
Now, having this competition, what do you hope to achieve? What are the outcomes, the expected outcomes, the objectives? What do you hope to achieve by holding this competition?
Well, the thing is that drills, the main thing about drills is discipline. And I think that speaks for itself. And if you can encourage young persons especially to be attracted to this type of discipline, it means that we are in a good shape not only to help persons to get a job, but also reduce crime.
I say it is in terms of discipline. I think the military itself pride itself in doing things on time, and we want to start the function, the drill competition, on time. That is a big part of discipline, of being on time, and military pride themselves of doing things on time. So the time when we try to work with the traffic instead of closing off the street on time and finishing on time to get the smooth flow of traffic once again moving. So time-wise is part of the discipline as well.
Now, what is the date of the competition?
The competition is scheduled for Friday the 27th, which is Friday next. We have a standard that we must maintain. Unfortunately, for this week, we have been experiencing some difficulties because we do our main rehearsals during the week, the same week of the competition, with the drill master. Persons are able to do their own practice, yes, but to practice, you must practice with the drill master so that they are familiar with his voice and things like that, so everybody get a fair chance. And unfortunately, I must admit, which is so sad, for this week, every scheduled practice has been destroyed by the weather. So we are, honestly, at this point, we are kind of scared at the moment. We are kind of scared because we still haven't officially said, okay, let's split up. But I can tell you, from the looks of things and the feedback from the participants, the comfort zone is definitely not there. For myself, I am really thinking about, and also in discussion with other persons about maybe if we can put it off to next Friday. But until that is not I cannot make that decision on my own. Or that will have to be discussed. But so at this point we are still scheduled for Friday of this week.
Okay, but you're saying that there are certain factors that would have hampered the preparation for the drill competition.
Yes.
The inclement weather,
yes,
being one of them, which has affected the units who are going to
yes,
be in the drill competition, being able to practice with the drill master.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And then unfortunately too, most of the participants will be involved even today in the military funeral that will be held for Sergeant Pemberton. So there again, whether we get rain or not, there's another obstacle.
Right. Now, this drill competition is usually held as part of the calendar of activities for independence.
Yes.
Why during independence?
Well, actually, when we started the drill competition, we were thinking about having something like we wanted to call it a mini arts festival and have it as part of that. As a matter of fact, we did start it like that, And we recognized immediately, look, this thing had an effect that we need to broaden it. It's bigger than what we were thinking. And it was embraced by the Independence Committee, and ever since.
It has been a part of the calendar
Yes.
of activities for independence.
Yes.
Okay, good. So, is there anything else that you would like to say, Royd, about the drill competition? Anything that you would like to add?
Just to say, when listen out for when we schedule. For now, we'll go back to base and strategize and come back. But I would also like to say thanks for supporting over the years, and also thanks for in advance for coming out for this 2019 drill competition. I think it will be fabulous. Mr. Williams put a lot of work in it, and I know he's striving himself for excellence. So I also would like to encourage all the different units to come out and support and come out with your flags and support. It is a wonderful event for our federation. It's Independence time, and it's a time of patriotism as well. Show support for our forces, if you want to call them that, and encourage them to continue doing the good work by your support. And even though it's a competition, the federation wins all the time when you have competition like that for the job that they do. So thank you.
I know that you are a percussionist, so a drum professional specialist, and drumming is always, seemed to me a vital part of drill competitions and so on. People march to the drums, and you see it at the military parade on Independence Day and so on. Will there be any sort of a drumming that you are responsible for on that day?
They'll be drumming, but I won't say responsible for them. But I also will encourage people to come and listen to the drummers. There's some young drummers from the police drum corps, and every year they do a fantastic job. I encourage you to come. One of these days we may be able to fuse the African drums with the military drums and the parade, but we'll see how that if Captain Nigel Williams approve, because military parades kind of stay kind of military. Sometimes you don't mix, but we could do that as St. Kitts and Nevis, our style in fusing the African drums with the military side drum.
Yeah, Captain Williams, that is dear to your heart. I think drumming. I think you're a drum major, right?
I am a director of music.
Director of music. Mm-hmm.
But yes, as a matter of fact, when we started the original thing, like I said, with Art Festival, the drumming, the African drums and sound was a part of it. It was. And then we got into the full military thing, and we used the police drum corps instead. And there was a reason for using the police drum corps too. And I really want to thank them for being there every year.
Yes.
Because they've been doing, people look forward to seeing them as well. And they're not on the military parade, they're on the 19th, as said, like the Defense Force Band, and it's a good opportunity to have them on display also. And there's some people I would like to thank too, of course, the Commissioner of Police and the Commander of the Defense Force, who have always given support to this, and of course the participation departments, the customs and so on that participates every year. And of course I want to thank the business places in the area, because they always cooperate. You'll realize we'll have a tent down there, we'll have this, we'll have that, and some of the times the business places, there's less space for parking and things like that, but they embrace, they're satisfied, they look forward to it, and they don't query.
Okay.
And I want to thank them for the cooperation. I want to thank SASPA for providing the barriers, because this competition is normally so exciting without those barriers. I tell you, we used to have it in the early days without the barriers, and it used to be hills to keep the crowd off the
Parade
parade.
Square.
So we had to get these barriers, and SASPA has always provided those barriers, and of course, make it more organized. We have come a long way.
Mm-hmm.
And again, I want to encourage the general public continue coming out and support the Independence Drill Competition.
Right. So I suppose that when a new date has been decided, then that will be announced. But
Yes.
for this Friday, which is the 27th at
20.
5 p.m., the drill competition has been postponed until further notice.
Let me say, even though now I do not want, that was my personal and some members of my committee.
A decision has not been made
But
yet
they-
in terms of its postponement.
Right,
That's
because
what.
let me put it this way: we are the organizers inside, but it's bigger. It's the whole independence committee, so everybody will have to be on the same board, and that is not being done as yet. So I'm not going to say it.
Okay. But whatever the case, an announcement will be made.
Yes,
So that people will be clear when the drill competition will be.
But I can say we are definitely, if so be it, we are looking at next Friday following.
The Friday following.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Well, Mr. Williams, my namesake, and Mr. Phipps, thank you so much for coming and sharing with us about the drill competition, which is an annual feature of our independence calendar of activities, one that many people look forward to. Thank you.
Thank you very
Thank
much.
you as well.